Anthony's coming out in a minute. When he comes out, when Anthony comes. Where'd it go? Okay, where did you go?
I can barely hear that.
Me too.
Hurry up, Peter. Hurry up. Once I almost got it. And he takes hard to get up there, too. Okay, go ahead and record it. I'll just shut it. Welcome in, FW Nation, to another episode of the Luv Shack. I'm your host, Big Al, the Dr. Love.
And I'm your co-host, Tom and Charles. Good evening, Albert.
Welcome, Charles, and we got a special guest, none other than the sweetheart of the NFW, and that is the one and only Mama Rich. Hello, Mama Rich.
Hello, Al. Hello, Charles. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and also, before we get started, I want to say a big thank you for letting us have a beautiful ceremony in the ring at Red, White, Black, Blue, the Metro. It was beautiful. We love you. Thank you very much. From the bottom of our heart, thank you.
Oh, it was our honor to do it. We're happy for both of you, and best of luck to both of you. We love you guys.
Oh, it was great. The wedding was beautiful. All the matches were great. The crowd was great. They loved it. And I tell you what, it couldn't have got any better. So I'll tell you what, Charles, you're the master of the interview. So I'll tell you what, you want to kick it off by starting the interview and get her going?
Sure do, Al. I'm ready to go, buddy. First of all, thanks a lot, Mama Rich, for being with us tonight. We certainly appreciate having you here.
Well, thank you, Charles.
I'm going to get right to the point. I usually ask people how long you trained and who trained you, but in your case, I know that's not true. I'm going to get right to the point, though. What got you interested in running a wrestling promotion?
Oh, goodness. My son came up to me and asked me about possibly starting running a wrestling federation. It's something he always wanted to do since he was 3 or 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly was hoping he was kidding at first. But we sat down and talked about it and talked about the pros and the cons and the sacrifices and the money and the whole 9 yards. And it just seemed like it possibly could work. As much as you love or hate my son, he does have a good business head on his shoulders, so I thought we'd give it a try, and I'm really glad that we did.
I'm glad you did too. Yeah, he does have a good business head. I don't know what's wrong with his head anymore. He's got on a little bit of the dark side, but that's another story next time. But don't want to make you mad about your baby boy there.
No, I agree.
Tell us, what goes is, we people come and they see the ready product ready to go. They're sitting in the front row. They got their popcorn. They see the ready thing, ready to happen at any minute. Tell us what it takes to get a show going and how long you prepare for just one show.
Oh, we start preparing about a minute after the show's over for the next show. There's a lot of advertisement, a lot of phone calls, a lot of promotion, a lot of, oh, Lord, Charles. I can even begin to think. It's just a constant from one show to the next, but it's well worth it, and you really have to love it to do it. And I know that sounds like I'm still in line from a wrestler, but just to even have anything to do with the business, you have to have a love for it, just like music, which I'm sure you understand that 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I do.
But yeah, it's constant. It's a constant thing.
And it's something that's just, you know, it gets born into you. Well, not really born into you, that's how to go, but it gets in your blood, and you just can't really back away from it. I mean, I know there's times that I just want to walk away from it, and boom, right there. Right back to it. Do you feel like that?
Definitely. I agree with you 100%. It's one of those hard to understand and explain things, but it's just in you.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, you put a whole lot of time in, you get frustrated, but when it goes right, just for that couple of hours, it just makes it all worthwhile.
That's true.
The good ones outweigh the bad ones by a long shot. Okay, now I want to ask you this. I got a couple questions from people here that email me. Sammy Talbot wants to know, with so many promotions in the Evansville area, how do you run such a successful and great promotion? What's your secret?
Well, I appreciate that, Sammy. Honestly, I think a lot of it is just our respect for the workers and the fans. I mean, we've met so many amazing people doing these shows. That alone is worth the cost of the shows. I guess no backstabbing. We try to run a up-and-up promotion. The other promotions in Evansville, I mean, we root for them too. I mean, it's the better business and the better wrestling that there is in Evansville, I think makes for better shows for each company. So just kind of like support each other.
Right. Now I got an email here from a girl named Chelsea. She's over in Illinois. She wants to know how long it takes to get a hold of how do you find like a Rob Conway or a Eugene or guys like that?
Oh, how do we find one?
How do you find those type of wrestlers?
Well, actually, you can go online and go to an agent. We just happened to know someone that knew someone. But with John wrestling for so many years before we started NFW, he knew some people. But you can definitely go online, and there's agents and to book anybody you want to nowadays, which is really nice. It's changed a whole lot through the years.
Right. Okay, now I got another question from Greg here. He's in Evansville. He wants to know if you plan on, if you see NFW going in the year 2020.
Yes, I do. We're just going to get bigger and stronger. We have a lot of things up our sleeves yet that haven't came out, and we're working on so many different projects. I don't really want to let the cat out of the bag, but yeah, definitely. I hope that like my grandkids will be running it. We'll never be Vince McMahon, but hopefully close competition someday.
Well, you know, I've been working with you guys now at least, how long will you say, 5 or 6 years or close to it?
Yes, sir.
And it's been, you know, I mean, it's grown from just a small to, you know, right now, I mean, this is one of the, I'm going to toot my horn because I'm with you guys trying to toot your horn, but this is one of the best promotions in the Midwest.
Well, thank you.
Well, it is, you know, I mean, it's just, that's the way it is. It's, a lot of guys, you know, when guys are wanting to call you and wanting to work, then that's a good sign. And you guys, I will stick my neck out and say this: I've never worked for a better bunch of people. Even your son at times can be really nice.
Well, thank you, Charles. I appreciate that, and he will too.
Well, I find you guys fair, and I find you guys, you know, easy to work with, and you listen to suggestions. It's not one-sided and closed-minded at all.
Oh, thank you. We try to. I mean, just like yourself, Charles, I mean, you have so much wrestling knowledge and information. I think a promoter would be stupid not to take the information they could get from you or Rob Conway or Flash Flanagan. I mean, there's so many that come through there. It's just like, my goodness. And Big Al, we're fortunate to have all of you as part of the company. We're proud of everybody.
We got some really good guys that you can count on. What I call no-nonsense fellas.
Exactly.
They come in and they do their job. They know what they're there for, and they go out and they give 299.75% every time.
That's true. We're so proud to have them.
Like Saturday night, one of the best matches that stuck out for me was the match with Master Rich. Now, I watched that match, and it just didn't go down like he wanted it to go, like he said it went down. But you know, that was as good as any WWE or any of the big promotions. You know, that was a really keep you on the edge of your seat type match.
I agree with you. I do. That was one of my favorite ones. Even though my son, I don't understand all his beliefs, if you want to call him that, He is a very talented wrestler.
Yes.
I'm a little partial. I'm still a mama.
Well, and you know too. Also, we touched on we got guys like Flash, and we got Eugene Nick Dinsmore, Rob Conway, Bev Viscera through, and a lot of those guys. But we have guys that are our guys, homegrown guys that are really, really, taking in, like Canadian Kid, Nick Iggy, Diane Flynn, Scotty Wolf, Owensboro Outlaw, Anthony Blazers. We got a lot of guys that are our guys that have wrestling, or the elements of wrestling, that are just good core guys.
That's true. I agree with you. And a lot of the guys you talk about there are newer guys, but they've already proved themselves to be 100% NFW, and we appreciate that. And like I said, Scotty Wolf, he's been there from the beginning with us, and gosh, everyone you named, and then some. It's been just. It's just an incredible group of guys. Our roster is just, we're just extremely lucky, which I guess that's one of the main points, I should say, that does make the Federation as good as it is, just the guys and their support, and of course, the wonderful fans. So we can't do it without the fans.
I'll tell you, we got some very loyal fans. At Big Al's reception Sunday over at Garvin Park, which that was a great time. I was there. The Iron Man, Rob Conway, we went together, and even your son showed up, and we kept our distance, but everybody had a good time, and everybody intermingled. The fans were just great. It was just like being with family. It wasn't like being with fans.
That's true. I always kid the guys in the back and say I have like 40 adopted children, because I figure all my wrestlers and the crew are my family. And I sincerely mean that. And about the fans, every time we've ever had a canned food drive or anything, the fans have just amazed me, and the wrestlers themselves. And I know a lot of people don't realize, like at our canned food drives, that the wrestlers are bringing bags of cans and stuff, plus donate their time to come in. And it's just, they never cease to amaze you. And it's a great thing to be a part of.
It is. Like I said, I appreciate you letting me be a part of it. I mean, I've worked, not to toot my horn again, to use that cliche, but I've worked a lot of promotions in Texas and Oklahoma, Kentucky, Alabama. I can go on and on, but I like this one. This is my favorite one. I do. It's just like, it's like wrestling for my family. I mean, everybody gets along. It's just a good time. I never feel uptight. I never feel pressured. It just, everybody knows what they're doing. Big Al knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. The guys about we know, so therefore it goes just like clockwork.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, coming from you especially. I do.
Some of them, I'm involved with some of them, and it's like pulling teeth. I'm not pulling teeth, but it could not be any worse. And I tell you what, I got a standing joke with a promoter friend of mine's wife. She said, she said, daycare, they get paid for watching, and we pay to watch them. Like I said, we're blessed at NFW with a really good locker room, and
yes, we are.
Good guys. I mean, they know what's up. but yeah, I'm just glad to be a part of it. I really am, and I wish you many, 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 many successful years. But I got a couple more questions, and then I'll turn over to Big Al. I want to ask you something. When you started out with the promotion, did you have any idea? Did you think maybe, man, it might last a couple months, or did you go in with the attitude, we're going to go for this, the whole enchilada?
Well, honestly, I went out with the ideal that we're going to go for the whole enchilada, because I've always stood behind my son. I think every parent should stand behind their child's dreams, and this is one of those dreams that it's, like I said, passionate, it's real, it's there, and I know I'm repeating myself, but it's that instinct, that our inner feeling that as a musicians, wrestlers, a few people that have it, you can see it in their eyes, and it's worth investing the time and the money in, and you just know it's going somewhere.
Yeah, it's a passion. If you can tell who's got it and who's not. You can tell who in the back. And luckily we don't have those. But you can tell if you're talking to a guy and he's there for the 5 minutes of glory and to, impress the girl in the second row or whatever, or the guy that's out there to bust his butt because he wants to wrestle. And I got to say that your son is, I've known your son for, gosh, I guess since 2001. He was a kid. He was a little kid. And he had that drive. I mean, I've seen that kid literally crawl up the steps at the Coliseum. He had run them. He was so tired. He had that driver, and every week he would come back, thank you, sir, thank you, sir. And that's what it takes in this business, any business. Whether it's to open up a restaurant, being a musician, or whatever. You got to give it 110, and he goes way beyond that, you know.
Thank you.
And you're behind him, and when you got your mom behind you, how you gonna lose?
Well, thank you, thank you.
Now, I got a couple more questions, but this is gonna be my last question.
That's fine.
What is the most weirdest thing that's ever happened? Like, did you ever think that a show wasn't going to happen, or you had something to fall out on? You know, that weird, silly thing that can happen to all of us.
Okay, well, not really a weird, silly so much thing, but I guess one of the most kind of wondered if the show was going to happen. The frustrating thing would be when we had it was supposed to be the cage, all the matches were supposed to be in cages. And
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the gentleman we were renting the cage from had been there before, knew where he was coming, and they got lost coming down here. So, and then we lost the driver that had the cage, so we had no cages, you know. But then again, our fans were so forgiving. I mean, it was something that we'd really were looking forward to and promoting, and the idea was really good and it's been great. Had our guy with the cage. I still don't know what happened to the guy with the cage.
Yeah, I remember that night. It pulled off real well.
Yeah, it did. It did. We were lucky, and that's thanks to the fans again for being understanding, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that would be my worst. Like, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question now before I turn over to Big Al, and I hope it's not touchy, but I'm going to bring this up anyway. We just had our ring stolen from us, or better sort of choice of words. Do you have anything, you know, it was stolen in Kentucky. Do you have anything to add to that? I know it was a setback, but luckily we had one.
Yeah, yes, I do. But first off, like I said, all of our shows will go on. We do have access to another ring, so there's no problem with that. But we are going to offer rewards with any information leading to the return of the ring. I mean, it's the ring. Actually, we spend a lot of hours in it. There's a lot of memories in that ring, and it's not to top the fact that somebody stole it. But we want to do everything we can to find the ring back. So we are going to offer a reward, and hopefully someone will see something that help us get it back where it belongs.
Right. Now let me ask you this, Mama Rich. If somebody does have a lead on that, how do they get in touch with you guys?
Okay, they can email us at nfwentertainment@aol.com, or on Johnny Richards' Facebook, or NFW's Facebook, or my Facebook, Debbie Richards. Or to contact Charmin Charles. I'm sure you wouldn't mind, would you, sir?
No, not at all. Well, Big Al, I'm sure would.
And Big, that's what I was going to say next, yeah. So, yeah, any one of us, that would be great, yeah.
You know, I would hope, and I really do hope that it's not another wrestler that would do that. Because to me, that's like, you know, there's no secret. I've played music all my life. And I always hated when a guitar player or any musician got an instrument stolen. Because they become, just like you said, that ring, that was a part of us. A lot of history in that ring. And for somebody to steal that from another person, you know, like another wrestler, that's about as low as you can go.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, if someone needed to borrow the ring or rent the ring, that's the part that hurts so bad. I mean, we would have rented it out if someone needed it. You know, we would have let them borrow it if it, you know, had been for the right thing. But just to take off with it, I don't know. It was one of those things that really shocked me, and I don't know. I guess that's probably one of my worst memories of wrestling right there.
Yeah. But I have a feeling that it could come back, and it will come back, you know?
I hope so. I'm hoping.
Well, Mama Rich, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I'm going to let you go here. Maybe Big Al's got a question for you. And thanks again, and you got to promise me something.
What's that, Charles?
That you will come back again.
I will, and thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and we love you. And without you, we wouldn't have NFW, and I know all the guys, all the workers, and all the staff, all the referees. They love you as much as Al and I do. So please, come back and see us again.
Oh, I love you guys too. Thank you, Charles. I really appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. You have a great night.
You too, hon. Thank you.
Okay, Mama Rich, again, I want to thank you for a great red, white, black, and blue event. I mean, it was fabulous. And I'll tell you what, a comment I want to make is that we've been around for quite a while, and I only see better, you know, great things coming from New Focus Wrestling. We've done so much, and we owe a lot of that to you. You really made it a great wrestling organization, and I'm proud to be part of the New Focus Wrestling family. Again, thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. We're proud to have you part of our family. You know that.
Yeah, oh yeah. And we got another event coming up here on August 11th. I'll go over that message here in a little bit. But I'll tell you what, before we let you go, I want to thank all the wrestlers that were there, all the fans that were there. Bobo Brazil Jr., thank you very much, my friend, for performing the ceremony. Again, thanks Mama Rich for a great event. I'll tell you what, Mama Rich, before we let you go, is there anything you want to say to the NFW Nation?
I hope to see you all on August 11th, and I want Penny now to have a wonderful lifetime together. That's all I ask of you two.
Thank you very much, Mama Rich.
and thank you for having us, and I hope to see you August 11th.
Thank you very much. Hey, Charles, is there anything you want to say before we let Mama Rich go?
Yeah, I just want to say, Mama Rich, it was good seeing you Saturday night. And like I said, please come back again. It was a pleasure having you. And one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
I hear we got something really special that's going to be happening in a couple, 3 months. Is that true?
It is. It is. More details come later. Pardon me?
Can't you give us a little hint at all?
No.
I
do want to say one thing before I get off here, though. There is a show this Sunday in Nashville, Tennessee, for a man that we love very much, Charmin Charles. And I don't have all my details as far as the venue in front of me, but I'm sure you can share that with him, Charles. And
I will share that with him here before we sign off. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's going to be at the NWA Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, 1056 East Trinity Lane. We got a great card. I'll just give you a tad of the rundown. We got Diane Flynn versus the Iron Man, Rob Conway. We got the Magic Man, Nick Iggy, taking on Johnny Richards of the Rich Revolution. We got the Boogie Woogie Boy, Gary Geiger, going against Jason Hampton out of Atlanta, Georgia. Got the Monster 7 going against Ben Thrasher out of Atlanta. Going to be a real good show. We got much, much more. We've got an autographed football at Jay Cutler. We're going to have a silent auction on. And one of my favorite things, we have a one-of-a-kind that this guy's made, and it's really cool. A one-of-a-kind Charmin Charles action figure.
How cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I might have to buy that. My ego will probably be up there. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. And it's 5 o'clock bell time. That's Eastern or Central Standard Time. And the doors open at 3, so we hope to see all of our NFW fans maybe come up to that one.
Definitely. And thanks to Charles and Al for putting on the Luv Shack every week and all the hard work you guys do, and we appreciate it. Thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
Well, that's Big Al's baby right there. He just was kind enough to let me fall in.
No. Well, you guys do a great job, and I will get off here and let you finish talking about all the rest of the details coming up, and I appreciate you having me.
Okay, Mama Rich, have a blessed night.
And you too, thank you.
See you soon.
And thank you, bye-bye.
You're welcome, bye-bye. Okay, Charles.
She's such a great lady. We're so blessed to be with her and Rich,
She's the sweetheart at NFW. She is. She's the sweetheart at NFW.
And I'm telling you, as crazy can be anymore, but I got hope that he'll come around, Albert.
What's that, sir?
I said I got hope that he'll come around one day.
Oh, we can only hope. He's got a great mama. I just wish that he might. One of these days he might. But anyway, Charles, I do have a message here about August 11th. I'll go over real quick.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
What's that, sir?
I said let her rip, Tater Chip.
Okay. Oh, my hearing. Okay, on August 11th, 2012, NFW presents Revolution Rules.
Oh, yeah.
The Metro Sports Center, Evansville, Indiana. All the matches will have special stipulations handpicked by the leader of the Rich Revolution himself, Johnny Richards.
Go figure.
I know. The matches announced so far are NFW World Champion Flash Flanagan will take on Mr. Wrestling Nick Dinsmore in a Revolution Lumberjack match, meaning every Lumberjack will be a member of the Rich Revolution. I don't know about that one, Charles. I mean, poor Flash, but he's tough. He's tough. Also, one half of the NFW Tag Team Champions and leader of the Rich Revolution, Johnny Richards, will take on the Magic Nick Iggy in a dog collar match. What do you think about that one, Charles?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to be an exciting match, Albert. Johnny Richards is underhanded low down, and he's tough as nails. But Nick Iggy,
well, one good thing about that, he can't run from him.
I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, he can't run from him. He can't run from him. Oh, and listen to this one, Charles. This is great. NFW Women's Champion Epiphany And one half of the NFW Tag Team Champions, Alita Ortiz, will make history when they face off in the first ever NFW Women's Street Fight for the title.
Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what? Them ladies liable to go out in the middle of the parking lot at the Metro Center, Albert.
Oh, that match right there itself is great. I mean, more matches, more to come. And I'm sure within the next few weeks we're going to get the whole card. But I tell you what we got right here, you know, it's great. I mean, Revolution Rules is going to be one huge event, and it's going to be great. And also, Charles, we got the card, the results from Red, White, Black, and Blue. I got to ask you something about that one here too. But right now, Michael Caden defeated Brett Taylor, which was a pretty good match. It was a real good match. And Rough Rider Roy and Sean Conway took it to Johnny Whiplash and Tempest and got a victory over them. My man, Bobo Brazil Jr., congratulations, my friend, on becoming the new NFW Tri-State Title Champion by defeating Vic the Bruiser Lewis. And I will give Vic this. He took like a man. He stood up. He said you were the better man. And he congratulated him. And he walked out. And I tell you, I took a big man. So that was a great match right there. And then we got Brandon Espinoza and Dave Osborne hold victory over Elements of Wrestling, which was a great match. I mean, Elements of Wrestling were tough. I mean, it was great. JP Lightning, Canadian Kid, and Shank Berzini was in a three-way. Shank Berzini came out on top. Great match also. Then you got the Bone Collectors with T-Bone and Baron Von Kane were disqualified over SOL, Owensboro Outlaw, Anthony Blaze, and Hardcore Cowboy Scotty Wolf. They won by disqualification. Then Alita Ortiz and Epiphany. It was a double countout, which set up for next event, which is the street fight. So then you got the six-man tag, Gator McAllister, Johnny Richards, Darren Flynn going against Flash Flanagan, Nick Iggy, and Iron Man Rob Conway. And the last two in was Johnny Richards and Flash. Now, I'll tell you what, Charles, why don't you go ahead and let the NFW Nation what happened in that match and what was the ending of it?
Well, the thing was, I watched that whole match, Albert. You know I'm back there watching every match.
Yeah. So,
Johnny Richards, they took the referee, threw him into the poles, knocked him out.
Yeah.
Then that little underhanded Roy, whatever his name is, what's his name? Roger Rivers, Andrew Rivers, or something or another.
Anderson Rivers, something.
Yeah,
like
Anderson Punk's what he is. Anyway, he came out and he counted 1, 2, 3. He said Flash tapped out, and there was no way Flash tapped out. I saw the match. He did not tap out, Albert.
No. Well, I was getting ready and everything, and you were there, so you had all the.
He wasn't even in the submission hold.
Yeah. It was something else, but I tell you what, that's all right. Flash will get him. You know, he takes care of
we got a little something about Anderson Rivers coming up here. Just you don't worry about it, Al.
That's right. Okay, I tell you what, Charles. We had a great reception picnic at Garbage Park, and remember the stipulation when we had the tug of war. If Team Rich won, then I would have to wear a Rich Revolution T-shirt on today's show. But if Team Nation won, then Johnny Richards has to wear a Luv Shack shirt when he comes here next week. So, and we know what the result was. Team Nation defeated Team Revolution. So Johnny Richards will have to be here next week and will have to wear a Luv Shack T-shirt.
You know what's good about that, Albert?
What's that, Charles?
He's going to have both of our faces on his chest.
And I'll tell you what, Charles, I got a video of the tug of war. I'm going to show it at the very end after you spread the love. So I'll tell you what, August 11th, NFW presents Revolution Rules. Nick Dinsmore will take on Flash Flanagan in a Revolution Lumberjack match. Then you got Nick Iggy taking on Johnny Richards in a dog collar match. And you got Lita Ortiz challenging NFW champion Epiphany in a first ever NFW women's street fight. I tell you, it's gonna be great, Charles. So I'll tell you what, August 7th is. I can't come too soon, please. I can't. I'm already getting excited. It's gonna be great. So I'll tell you what, Charles, that's about all we have, and we're gonna show the video of Tug of War. So if you want to go ahead and spread the love, my friend, go ahead and do it.
I'm sure ready. I just want to say congratulations to you and Miss Penny.
Oh, thank you.
I wish you a million years together, my friend.
Oh, we will. It's great. It is great.
Just remember, NFW Nation, don't fight amongst yourself. Lead a fighting to us. All you got to do is spread the love. See you, Albert.
Good night. night, Charles. On the Luv Shack, you gotta wear a Luv Shack t-shirt.
No, she pushed me off that pole. I think maybe only half of one society have half an art. Only half of the